Let us understand proportion. So what is basically proportion is equality in two ratios. Is a proportion. So if there are two ratios, A is to B and C is to D, and if these two ratios are equal, then this is termed as proportion. In other words, we have already learned ratios. So A divided by B will be is equal to C divided by D. We can also term it as A into D is equal to B into C. So if two ratios are equal, they are termed as proportion, whereby A into D will be equal to B into C. Now let us name those all things. If there are two ratios, A is to B, which is in proportion with C is to D, then A and D are known as extremes. Because they are on extreme side, they are termed as extremes. And B and C are termed as means. So this is just name given to different terms of proportion. A and D, which are both first and last, are termed as extremes, and B and C, which are in between, will be termed as means. B and C are also termed as middle term. Also, only D is termed as fourth proportional. These are just a name given to various terms of proportion. Now, as we know, A and D are termed as extremes. So here we can prove that product, it is multiplication, product of extremes will be equal to product of means. Product of extreme will be is equal to product of means whenever two ratios are in proportion. Let us understand next concept, which is continuous proportion. We already know proportion two ratios should be equal. Now if two ratios are such, A is to B is equal to B is to C, then these two ratios are in proportion, because two ratios in between there is an equal to sign. Also, they are in continuous proportion. Why they are in continuous proportion? Try to concentrate. Mean is B as well as B. So first term of second ratio and the second term of first ratio are equal. They both are same and they are termed in continuous proportion. Now, this B, which is in between, which is mean, is termed as mean proportion. And A and C, A is termed as the first proportional and C is termed as not a fourth, it is termed as a third proportional. So first proportional, mean proportional and third proportional will come when the ratio are in continuous proportion. When they are in continuous proportion, when second term of first ratio and first term of second ratio are same. Now in continuous proportion, as we know, A is to B is equal to B is to C. I can write down A upon B will be equal to B upon C. I can also write down A into C will be is equal to B square. And I can also write down B will be is equal to under root AC. So what is B? B is nothing but mean proportional. So if I want to find out mean proportional in continuous ratio, I can use this formula. Under root of a first and third proportional will be is equal to mean proportional. And we can also say if A is to B is equal to B is to C is equal to C is to D is equal to D is to E, then this all are in continued proportional. As you can know, as you can see, those all are equal, right? They all are same. They are termed in continued proportional. Let us learn some properties of proportion. First is invertendo. See, what does it say? If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then B is to A, inverse of A is to B will be equal to inverse of C is to D, that is D is to C. So if A is to B will be equal to C is to D, then B is to A will be equal to D is to C. Now it is as simple as this. Suppose I am having an equation A upon B, which is equal to C upon D. Right. Now if I take A, B on this side, C and D on this side, as you know, numerator will become denominator and denominator will become numerator if the side is changed. So I am changing the side. This will become B upon A. This will become D upon C. So mathematically it is correct. This is a rule of invertendo. Second is alternando. Now what does this rule say? If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then A is to C. See what I am changing? I am changing means, which is on right hand side. I am taking it on left hand side. Will be is equal to B is to D. This also will be proving it mathematically. How it is very simple. A upon B is equal to C upon D, which is given. I am changing the side of only this two. So C being on right hand side of the equation in numerator will become denominator. And B on left hand side being on denominator will become numerator going right hand side. And what is this? This is A is to C, B is to D. Now you will say, sir, these rules are very simple. Yes, but just it is given the name that this type, if this is written, you can write down this, that is nothing but alternando. Third is componendo. Now what is componendo? Try to concentrate. If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then A plus B is to B is also equal to C plus D is to D. Now what I have done? This I have added over here. This I have kept it as it is. This I have added over here. This I have kept it as it is. And let us try to prove it that it is absolutely correct. This original equation says A divided by B is equal to C divided by D. Now I can add, subtract, multiply, divide, anything but on both the sides. So I am adding 1 on both the sides. I have added 1 on both the sides. Thus, solving will become A plus B upon B. This will become C plus D upon D, and this is nothing but A plus B is to B is equal to C plus D is to D. As simple as this, and this property is known as componendo. Let us understand dividendo. Now, if A is to B is equal to C is to D. See, what does the rule of dividendo says? It is reverse of componendo. A minus B is to B is equal to C minus D is to D. What I have done, the second term I have subtracted from here. Thus, in right hand side also, second term I have subtracted from here. And let us prove this. And it is very simple to prove again. A upon B is equal to C upon D. I can add or subtract anything on both the sides. I am subtracting 1 on both the sides. It will be A upon B minus 1 is equal to C upon D minus 1. Solving this is A minus B upon B. This is C minus D upon D. Answer will be A minus B is to B is equal to C minus D is to D, which is nothing but this. This is a rule of dividendo. Next is componendo and dividendo. It is combination of both the things. Let me write down componendo. If A is to B is equal to C is to D. What does componendo says? A plus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D. Now for the same equation, what does dividendo says? It says A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. Please try to concentrate. The basic equation is this. A upon B is equal to C upon D. Please understand this, all equations are equal. All of them are equal. Let me take base of this. Now I can divide anything on both the sides, but it should be an equal number. Do you agree this both are equal number? The answer is yes. So this is equal to this. Here there is an equal to sign. So what I do is, on left hand side of this equation, which I have taken as a base, A plus B upon B, I am dividing this A minus B upon B. And on right hand side of this equation, C upon D, C plus D upon D, I am dividing this. Now you will say, sir, the equation left hand side and right hand side should be divided by equal numbers. It can be divided, but it should be divided by equal numbers on both the sides. But understand, this both are equal. We have already understood it. So I can divide over here C minus D upon D. Please try to concentrate. This number and this number are equal. I am dividing left hand side and right hand side of the equation by same number. Solving this BB will be cancelled, DD will be cancelled. My remaining answer will be A plus B upon A minus B will be is equal to C plus D upon C minus D, and this is nothing but componendo and dividendo both, which says A plus B is to A minus B will be equal to C plus D is to C minus D if A is to B is equal to C is to D. And this concept is both combination, componendo as well as dividendo. Next point is addendo. Now what does addendo says? Try to concentrate. If A is to B is equal to C is to D, then A plus C will be equal to B plus D. So let us understand this concept in this manner. I am writing this equation as A upon B is equal to C upon D. Alright. Now, a ratio is having an answer. Say if this is 2 by 4, it is 0.5, right? Both are equal. So can I say the answer is a number 2, 4? No. Let us take constant K. K is answer of both this ratio as well as this ratio. What is our answer? K. K can be any number, integer, non-integer, anything, but it is K. Now, as A upon B is also equal to K and C upon D is also equal to K, can I write down A is equal to BK and C is equal to DK? Right? This equation is equal to K. This equation is equal to K. Let us go on other side now. We have proved something like A is equal to BK and C is equal to DK if these two are equations. Let me take this. Only this A plus C. If I write down A plus C, can I say A is equal to BK? So I can write down BK instead of A. I want to make it equal. So instead of A, I am writing BK, and instead of C, I am writing DK. So this two should be equal. A plus C should be equal to BK plus DK. Going further, A plus C, I am taking K as constant. It will be B plus D. Taking B plus D on this side, A plus C upon B plus D is also equal to K. Try to understand. A divided by B is also equal to K. C divided by D is also equal to K. And A plus C divided by B plus D is also equal to K. And which is this ratio? This ratio is nothing but A plus C is to B plus D. And hence, what does addendo says? A plus C will be is equal to B plus D is to B plus D if A is to B is equal to C is to D. That's it. Then it will also be equal to A plus C is to B plus D. That's it. All right. Going further in this particular ratio, try to concentrate. If A is to B is equal to C is to D is equal to E is to F, and say it goes on, but let me take only three equations, three ratios which are equal. Then it will be equal to, this all ratios will also be equal to A plus C plus E is to, see what I have taken, first term of all the ratios. will be equal to B plus D plus F. What I have taken? This are second term, B plus D plus F. This is rule of addendo. This is rule of addendo.